Hi everybody, welcome to this verbling class. My name's Amy and this is a writing class. So if you would like to practice some writing, then do come along in and join us for the next hour. We're going to be spending about half the class writing about the 4 seasons of the year, or possibly the seasons that you have in your country, which may only be two. Or a muddle, I don't know, but come along and join us as we write about seasons. So the seasons that I'm used to in my countries are spring, summer, autumn, or fall, and winter. And they're kind of inspiring because they're very different. There's a lot of change. I don't know whether it's like that in your countries or not. Perhaps you have a rainy season and a dry season, or perhaps you have something different. But whatever it is, that's the inspiration for our writing in today's class. It's kind of what I call free writing. That means that you can write whatever you like. Use your best vocab, your best grammar, and use the opportunity to write something and practice your skills in English. So we'll wait for students to come in, and I'll just let you know that there are 2 pages that you can visit in your spare time, which might help you out a bit with your verbling experience. And those 2 pages are in the chat box for you. The first is my Facebook page, which you're welcome to have a look at and follow me on. If you want to keep in touch with any of the teachers on Facebook, then that's the thing to do. The second is the Verbling teacher page, which is where you will find a little bit more information about each of the teachers, who they are, when their classes are, when their free tutoring slots are. And if you have any questions at all, then do write to us using the Verbling messaging feature, which is also available on the teacher pages. So, welcome everybody. I'm uploading the file as we speak. And I'm going to say firstly, hello to Ronaldo. How are you, Ronaldo?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine.
Good. Nice to see you again. What have you been up to?
Well, I'm going to United States in 1 month. Oh, sorry, in 1 week.
1 week. Excellent. How come?
Yeah.
Is it a holiday?
No, it's on business, and I need your help a lot.
All right. Well, that's no problem, Ronaldo. You've come to the right place. What
Oh,
business are you
great.
going to be doing over there?
Oh, great. Thank you.
No problem. What kind of business are you going to be doing?
I'm going to participate in a symposium in IT technology and in Orlando, and after that I will go to San Francisco. I will, how can I say, meet or companies like Google and Apple and something like that. It's a kind of program here in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
The government are trying to improve the innovation in IT area, you know, and we had a course here in Brazil, and we are going to have another part in United States and perceive what the guys are doing about the innovation, about the technology, and maybe bring something to Brazil.
Wow,
And
that sounds exciting.
yes, very exciting. I will stay there 16, no, sorry, 16 days.
Whoa, that's a long business trip.
Yeah, that's it.
All
And it's
right.
great because it's opportunity to, how can I say, to know the San Francisco because I never been there.
Yep, absolutely. Well, me neither, Ronaldo, and I would love to go one day, so have a great time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, welcome. Guys, while you're waiting, while I'm just saying hi to everybody, do feel free to have a look at the Google Drive. You'll find the document in there, so you can see if you can get that going. Antonio, hello.
Good evening, Amy.
How are
This is
you?
Antonio. Fine,
Nice.
thanks. Please
I
call me
believe,
Antonio.
yes, I think we have met before once, right,
Yeah,
Antonio?
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I'm ready here to start learning more about from you, Amy.
Excellent. Well, that's great news.
Great.
Just see if you can access the document, Antonio, and we'll get started with our writing in a moment. Jose, hello. Or not. Are you there, Jose? No? Alright, well maybe he's just gone to get some coffee. Oh, he has problems with his computer, he can only listen. Okay, well no worries, thank you for telling me. I hope you can access the document, Jose. So if you want to communicate, just type me a message, I'll keep my eye on that. And Raphael, welcome.
Hello, Amy.
Alright, Raphael, tell me about the seasons in Rio. Do you have 4 seasons?
No,
What do you have?
we have only 2.5 seasons, I can say.
2.5. Interesting. What are they?
We have a half a fall,
Yep.
winter, and 2
Yep.
summers.
Now that sounds like a great place to live, I have to say. If it weren't for the bad traffic, I'd be rushing over there. No. All right. So you have half of fall or half of autumn. Why do you say half?
Because it doesn't last the 3 months as it usually lasts.
Oh, I see. It lasts for like a month or a month and a half.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, very cool. All right, so guys, our topic today is seasons, and I don't know about you, but I find the changing of the seasons quite a nice time of year. I really like the difference between summer and winter and spring and autumn, or fall as they call it in the USA. So that's what our topic is today. I'm going to share my screen. We're just going to have a little look at what I've got. If you can't access the document on the Google Drive, then just take a look at the link in the Google chat. And if you're still having problems, talk to me in a moment, but we'll just spend a few minutes having a look here. I've got 4 pictures for you to get you going. And what we're going to do is spend about 5 minutes having a brainstorm. So all I want you to do is to think about the season of spring. Now, if you don't have this in your country, perhaps you can just use ideas from what you've seen on TV, or maybe somewhere you've visited, or you've read, who knows. But we'll just have a little brainstorm first of all. I would like you to come up with just one word or one phrase that comes to mind when you think about spring. And I'm going to put cherry blossoms because we don't have those in my country, but it's something I've always wanted to see. I hope to one day maybe go to Japan and see the cherry blossoms. So that's mine. Feel free to type your ideas onto the document. So I'd like you all to type something to do with spring. Are we all in there? Who hasn't got access to the document?
Amy, could you type the link in the chat?
Yep,
please?
The link is in the chat, guys. It's in the Google chat. Let me just put it in there again for you. Can you see it there?
Okay, okay, it's okay.
Cool,
I'm
excellent. All right, so
Thank you.
guys, if you could type just one thing under spring that you think of when you think of I don't know, the idea of spring. So cherry blossoms is what I've got in my picture. That's what inspires me. So if you guys could type something else once you get to the document. Raphael's typing. Have you got the document accessed, Ronaldo?
Nope. I think I can. Let me see. I can write here. No, I can't write.
You can't write. That's tricky.
Yeah, let me open again. Just 1 minute.
Okay. Oh, hold on a second. That's probably my fault for giving you the wrong. Let me just see. I'll paste the link again. Just try accessing the link again. There we go. The third link, guys. Hopefully it just should let you edit, but I don't know why.
What do you have to write about this season?
Anything you like, Raphael. Just one word. What springs to mind when you think of spring? Yep, flower's a great one.
Yeah.
Alright, once you've done spring, scroll down to the next one, and we've got summer. And this is the space where I want you to type about summer. I'm going to put beach, because that's straight away what I think about. And there you go. That looks like a nice set of deck chairs. Then keep going down the page, you'll see autumn or fall, it's the same thing. And I'm going to say leaves, because that's what I think of with that. And then winter has got to be snowmen for me. So you guys, if you'd like to just fill in some brainstorms and it will just get our ideas flowing simply. So once you've typed in your idea about spring, take a look at the other pictures and type something in there. I'm just going to take a moment to write your instructions in the chat box.
You got my words.
Okay, thank you very much. That's great. Just take a look at the pictures and take a look at the words that people are typing up there and get your ideas flowing, guys, okay? What we're going to do is spend about 15 or maybe 20 minutes writing something about a season. All you need to do is to type your name somewhere at the bottom of the document. So if you could please scroll down to the pictures, past the pictures, and then type your name underneath. And I'll try and get another page going on here. There we go. So we'll start on this page with our writing. If it was me, I'd type Amy, and winter is my favorite season because blah, blah, blah. But you might want to write a story, you might want to write a memory, whatever you like. You've got about 20 minutes, guys, so whenever you're ready, get going. Use the ideas that we've got there from all the students to sort of get your imagination going. And then we'll spend the second half of the lesson reading what we've written and correcting. And if you do have any questions or you want to ask me grammar questions or how to say something, let me know. I'm just sitting here, but I would prefer it if you could mute your microphone just so that we don't hear lots of typing sounds and we can concentrate. So whenever you're ready, guys, type your name and get writing. If you have any problems or you're stuck with anything, please do let me know. Okay, so Jose's finished. Jose, what I'm going to do is just scroll down here, type your name somewhere, and I'll go through yours. I know that you aren't able to speak to me, but if you just watch, and if you have any questions, just type them into the chat box. So I'll read it out firstly. In my country, there aren't seasons, but any day is spring or winter. I think spring is very nice because it's the best season of the year. There are flowers, trees, a wonderful and sun days. Summer is a very good season. Is the time of vacations and relax. I think with autumn and winter is very boring. These days are very cold. All right, well done, Jose. Can you type for me just into the chat box which country are you from? Just so we can know where you're talking about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just correct it and then I'll repaste it into the chat box so you can take it away with you. So in my country there aren't any seasons. There aren't any seasons. But any day here we could put can be like spring or winter. Because it means that it's a possibility. I think that's what you mean. I think what spring is very nice. We don't need. I think spring is very nice because it is the best season of the year. And then let's put a full stop because you're about to tell me a little bit more about spring, which means we need a capital. There are flowers, trees. Wonderful has one L. And sun is the noun. Sunny is the adjective. And that's all about it's the last item in the list of things. And then we can start a new sentence with summer. Summer is. Summer is. We've already got summer as the subject, so we don't need it as well. Summer is a very good season. Full stop. And then here, because we don't have the subject, we do need it. It is the time of vacations and relax. It is the time of relax. And then I think with, I think you already knew that, but it's probably just a typo. With autumn, autumn has a weird spelling. It has an N at the end for some reason. With autumn and winter, I don't think we need with. I think you can just leave that out and say, I think autumn and winter, and because we've got two things, we need the plural, are very boring. And then another item, these, this is for singular, so these days are very cold. Well done. Just pay attention, one, to the singular and plurals, because you've got are and these. But other than that, probably the best thing that you could do to improve is just to split up your writing into specific sentences. If you're going to explain another point, just start a new sentence, and it doesn't matter. You can have quite short sentences, or you can use a comma, but you need to have a proper clause coming after the comma, unless you're doing a list like we've got here. So well done, Jose, and thank you for that. I'm going to repaste it for you into the chat box so you can take that with you. That's Jose's. Are you finished, Antonio, as well?
Yes, I did.
Oh, right. So let me copy and paste yours, and we'll go through that.
Thanks, Amy.
Right. Now, Jose, if you do have any questions, just type them for me in the chat box, and I'll come back to you. Ronaldo and Rafa, you feel free to keep on writing, guys. There's no hurry. Got some more time. Okay, Antonio, could you read out your writing, please?
Okay, the four seasons in my country, Peru, are very well highlighted. Each one of them makes a notorious difference with the others. Such a big difference is what makes my country one of the most attractive places where you can practice a lot of sports, such as adventure and competitive ones. I'm sorry, competition.
No problem.
Let's get started with summer. The highest temperature in summer in Peru is between 20 and 24 Celsius degrees. It's really hot if you compare with the temperature in autumn, which is just an average of 15 degrees Celsius. And the one in winter is even colder, from 0 to 10 degrees in areas where towns are located near the highlands.
Very nice reading. Thank you, Antonio. And one of the reasons I get you to read it out yourself is so that you can notice some mistakes that you make before I start correcting, which you did. So let's change this to competitive, right?
Yeah, when,
Well
when
done.
you read, when you read, you can notice your own mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, which is
But when
always
you
better
write,
than having it.
it's
It's
a little hard.
difficult, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, well, it's a very nice piece of writing, and I learned about Peru because actually I don't know a lot about the climate there. So the 4 seasons in my country, comma, Peru, comma, okay?
Okay.
You need another one because you're introducing that particular thing, are very well highlighted, nicely put. Each one of them makes a notorious difference with the others. I know what you're trying to say, so what I would say is each one of them is notoriously different to the others.
To the others.
Is notoriously different to the others. To make a difference means to make a difference sort of means that you have an impact on something rather than that you're different to something, okay? So it's better to use it is different to. And notoriously is a very nice choice of vocabulary. Thanks, Antonio. Okay, such a big difference is what makes my country one of the most attractive places to practice. You don't need where you can because you've got one of the most attractive places. It's you're about to tell me what it's for, so there you go, to practice a lot of sports such as adventure and competitive ones. Ah, really interesting. Can you give me an example? What kind of sports are you talking about?
In rivers, there are people,
Yep.
tourists that love practicing sports in this object that you use in order to sail, but in rivers. I can't
Like
understand.
a kayak or a canoe?
Kayak, yeah, that's one of the most practiced sports that tourists come to Peru to practice. Not in the capital, in one of the cities we got inside our country. And the other one is when you use a parachute. I don't know if you understand me when I say parachute.
Yep, a parachute, we say.
Yeah, yep. The tourists come to my capital, the capital of my country, which is Lima, and they rent this parachute because there is a place near the coast, it's in front of the sea, and they can see from a distance above. They can see all the city along the sea. So
Okay,
they can see
so
the buildings and the sea.
all right, so we can call it parachuting. What exactly do they do? Do they go in an aeroplane and jump out?
No. They rent these parachutes. The place where they rent is very close to the sea, but above. No, so above they use it and they with the help of a trainer, and then they can see they fly. No? The parachute they fly, they move to the right, to the left.
Okay, I think we would call it parachuting. I was just, that sounds amazing. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do that, but I think if I was, I would enjoy it.
Not all of the tourists do that, let me tell you.
No.
You need to be so brave. Brave enough.
I think you do. Oh, I get a bit scared with those kind of things, to be honest, Antonio. But I know that some people love them. And actually, in New Zealand, where I am at the moment, it's quite common as well. So it sounds similar to Peru. All right, let's get started with summer. I like the way you did that, but we don't need a capital because summer is just. We don't. For some reason, I don't know why. We don't need a capital with the seasons. Okay.
Okay.
Only with the months. The highest temperature in summer in Peru is between 20 and 24. We usually say degrees here. We have to put degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay. Degrees Celsius. Okay.
It's really hot if you compare it. Usually we compare something to something else. With isn't bad, but it's normal to say compare it to. Okay. The temperature in autumn, so we don't need a capital for that. See? So we'll compare it to the temperature in autumn. Then we need a comma because you're about to use the word which, okay? Which is just an average of 15 degrees. Very good. And the 1. We actually need to say the temperature again here, Antonio, just because it's a new sentence, okay? The temperature in winter is even colder, 0 to 10 degrees in areas where towns are located near the highlands. Alright, this is sounding more and more like New Zealand. It sounds really similar. We don't have, like, the summer's not too hot, which I actually really like, because I find, like, if it goes above, ooh, I don't like it. So, Peru is a great place. I think I'm going to have to come and visit, Antonio.
Yeah, but 24 degrees in the coast, but if you go to the jungle, it's 40,
Yep.
between 30 and 40 degrees.
Wow, that is hot. I'm going to stay at the coast and do some parachuting.
Yeah, shooting is inside.
All
That
right,
temperature.
well done.
Okay.
Very nice piece of writing.
Could you please copy and paste the correction in the chat, because I cannot
Absolutely.
see the... Thanks a lot. Yes, okay.
There we go.
Thanks.
All right, Photon, I'm going to do yours while we're waiting for Raphael and Ronaldo. Are you two okay? Are you still happy in writing, you two, or are you ready to correct?
I'm done.
You're done, Ronaldo? All right.
Yeah.
I will come
That's
to you. Okay, so I'm going to come to you now. And Photon, I love your name. I'm going to come to you in a moment, just because Ronaldo was here first, so it's kind of trying to be fair, okay? Okay, so Ronaldo, let's have a look. And could you read yours out, please?
Okay. 1 minute, please. Let me scroll down my screen. Spring, it is great season because all trees are with their leaves green and flowering. Summer, it is my favorite season because everybody stay happy and go around to drink beer, chatting, meet friends, do exercise. And in my case, I like so much summertime, daylight saving time, because I can jogging after I come back working while have sunshine. Autumn is not my favorite season because it's gray days. And winter is good to stay at home and watch movies and eat popcorn, and not so good because we get wait.
I love your 4 descriptions, Ronaldo. Very good.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a quick look at it. So spring, because you've got spring as the subject, we don't need it as well. So it is a replacement for a subject, right? So
Yeah.
spring is,
Yes, you're right.
and then because we need to say spring is a great season, 1 of 4, right?
Yeah.
Because all the trees, articles are really important in English, annoyingly. All the trees are with their leaves green. All the trees have green leaves, or all the leaves on the trees are green, okay?
Okay.
Let's put both so you can choose. Oh, my typing. Okay, so that's your choice. And flowering, very nice. And this is the same. It's my favorite season because everybody, usually we say is happy, okay? Everybody
Okay.
is happy. And I love your little description here, and goes, because everybody needs to.
Oh, yes.
It's like the third person, yeah?
Yeah.
So goes around. After goes around, what we need is ing. So drinking, goes around drinking beer. Chatting's correct. I'll just highlight the ing. What you need to do is just stay consistent with your usage of tenses. If you have a list of something, all the verbs need to be in the same tense, right? So goes around drinking beer, chatting, meeting friends,
Yes.
doing exercise.
Yeah.
In my case, I like so much. We don't say I like so much in English. What do we say?
I really like. Can I?
Yeah. Yep,
Mhm.
that's better. I really like.
Yeah.
You can say I like something so much, but you have to put the thing in between. So either I really like summer or I like summer so much, okay?
Okay.
You have to put summer before the so much.
Mhm.
Time. Okay, we need to put time here as well. I really like summertime, or I like summertime so much. Daylight saving time.
Okay.
Because I can go jogging, or I can jog after I come back from work. Very good to say come back. Good phrasal verb. While I would say it's not you who's having the sunshine, right? You could enjoy the sunshine while enjoying the sunshine, or while the sunshine is still around, maybe.
Oh,
I.e.,
great.
it's not dark yet, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, autumn, same thing again. Autumn is not my favorite season because it has grey days. Nice. Winter is... Okay, if we want to say it's good to stay at home, winter is... We need to say a good time to stay at home. Or,
Yeah. Yes, a good
in
time.
winter, it's good, you can say. It's good to stay at home.
Mm.
And watch movies and eat popcorn and drink hot chocolate. You forgot. And not
Yeah.
so good because we... Okay, what we say, Ronaldo, is put on. We put on weight.
Oh yeah, put on. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a phrasal verb. I forgot this.
Oh, yes. One of
Yeah.
those lovely phrasal verbs. Everybody loves
Yeah.
phrasal verbs.
It's hard.
Yeah, I know. Well
Yeah.
done. Really, really good. Most of the corrections are just suggestions from me and some bad typing. There we go. Don't forget, just consistency with your tenses. Don't forget, I really like, or I like blah, blah, blah so much. And everything
Okay.
else was pretty good. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's just see if Raphael's ready.
Okay.
All right. Let me just see. All right, Raphael, could you read, please?
Okay. Winter is my favorite season because temperatures are milder, and there are less ugly people on the street. Fall is a great season because it allows outdoor activities like going out with your dog. Girls love to ask for numbers. Barbecues with your family and friends. Jogging, fishing. I don't do that. Wash your car in your backyard. Yeah, right. To plant some trees. Why not? Or maybe just enjoy the nature and all the beauties which it provides. Spring is okay as long as your air conditioner is working fine and you have a pool in your house. I hate summer. Traffic jams, people stressed, heavy rain, flooding, landslides, lightning, burnt skin, high humidity, low pressure, nausea, angry people, pollution,
Oh
cars
my
honking,
God.
no bad or some stinky ones. People sweating all the time, greenhouse effect, more ugly people on the street, expensive energy bills, thirst, and more thirst.
Very nice, Raphael. Is it really that bad to have summer in Brazil?
Yes.
Sounds
It's
awful.
it's depend where you live. For example, I think so. Rafael is from Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. There are a lot of tourists in this time.
And
Absolutely.
whereabouts are you from, Ronaldo?
I'm from Brazil, but I live in São Paulo.
And what's summer like in São Paulo? Any better?
Yes, it's a little better than Rio de Janeiro, but we don't have beach. You don't have beach here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You need to take a car to go to the beach in São Paulo.
All right. Well, it does definitely depend on where you are, that's for sure. So let's have a look, Raphael. I really like your style. It's very entertaining. Winter is my favourite season because temperatures are milder and there are less ugly people on the beach. Usually we would say fewer ugly people, and native speakers often get this wrong as well. We usually say we usually say less with an amount of something, like an uncountable noun, like less chocolate or less milk. And if we're using a countable noun, then we usually say fewer, so fewer ice creams. So we just go for a full stop there. Fall is a great season because it allows... Just one little comment, Raphael, because you've got British spelling here of favourite, but fall is the American word, so you need to try to go for one or the other, okay? If you're going to go for British...
That's one of my flaws learning English, because I mix British and American. It's so, as I explained to you, it's a whirlwind in my head, British to American English, so sorry.
No worries. So do you want to do British or American for this piece?
American.
Alright, so let's get rid of the U. There we go. Okay. Now it's perfect. Fall is a great season because it...
Sorry, but is there some problem if I write a test, a literary test of British, or no? People understand, or...
People understand. It just is weird. As a native speaker, it's just a bit weird, that's all, Raphael, because it's not consistent. You're not sure where the person is coming from. It's hard to explain. It's, I suppose, like, I don't know, maybe somebody speaking a bit of Portuguese from Portugal and then mixing it with Brazilian words. It just sounds a bit funny. There's nothing horribly wrong with it. It just is a bit like, oh, that's weird. And in an exam, it's better not to do that. I don't know whether you lose marks. It depends how sort of strict they are, really. Okay, so fall is a great season because it allows outdoor activities like going out with your dog. Girls love to ask his phone number. Is your dog particularly handsome, Raphael?
Some girls tell it is, but...
Alright. Barbecues with your family and friends. Jogging, fishing, I don't do that. Washing, don't forget, because you got IND for all the rest of the verbs, so stick with it. Washing your car and your backyard. See, this is American too, so that's good. Yeah, right, we don't need a capital. Planting, some trees.
Yes.
Ooh. Planting some trees, why not? Or maybe just enjoying. And we don't use an article with nature, okay? Unless we're talking about the nature that you see in a specific area. But nature in general is like love in general. No the, okay? And maybe just enjoying nature and all the beauties which she provides. Nice. Spring is okay as long as your air conditioner is working fine and you have a pool at your house. Because if it's in your house, that's kind of weird. I don't think many people have pools actually in their house, right?
I know some people who have, but okay.
Okay, but is it if it's an indoor pool, possibly, but I'm thinking you really need an outdoor pool in Brazil.
Yes,
right?
yes, it's better.
Okay. I hate summer. Traffic jams, people stressed, heavy rains, flooding, landslides, lightning, burnt skin, high humidity, low pressure, nausea, angry people, pollution, cars honking, no public bathrooms, or some stinky ones, people sweating all the time, greenhouse effect, more ugly people on the street, expensive energy bills, thirst, and more thirst. Oh, it sounds like a living hell.
Yeah.
But the English is perfect. Well done.
Thanks.
All right. Excellent work, guys. Raphael, you can take that away with you. Thank you, all of you. Photon, I'm going to do yours now because we have got time. So we'll scroll down to the bottom. And I'm dying to know why you're called Photon. So if you have time to answer me, type the answer in the chat box if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to read this out. Which season is my best and why? Let me see. I think I choose the spring. Why? It's about learning in school all my feelings. Spring is equal to life for me. It resembles to waking up in the morning with great energy, as if whole nature is reincarnating new possibilities in the life. In brief, it means happiness, calmness, and joy for me. Thanks again, teacher. You're welcome, Photon. All right, I like spring too. I'm a big fan of spring. So my best, we don't usually say my best unless you're talking about something that you actually do yourself, Photon. So my favorite, or which season is the best for me, okay? Let me see. I think I is always a capital if it's a word standing alone. Let me see. I think I choose spring. We don't use articles with the seasons either, unless we're talking about a specific spring, like the spring of 1952. So let me see. I think I choose spring. Why? Is it about learning in school or my feelings? Spring is equal to life for me. Nice sentence. It resembles, we don't need two after resembles, so it resembles waking up in the morning with great energy. And then really a comma, because we can't really start a sentence with as if. So as if the whole of nature, or all of nature, is reincarnating. Because you've got is, you need the ing form. It's reincarnating new possibilities in life. Life is the same. We don't need the unless we're talking about the life of a particular person. In brief, nice. Usually have a comma after that. It means happiness, calmness, and joy for me. Perfect. Even though that wasn't really part of your writing, you do need a capital because I'm a bit pedantic. Very nice, Photon. I like spring too, I have to say. I'll copy and paste that for you back into the chat box. Alright. Okay, guys, so any questions about any of the writing from today?
Yeah,
All the
I got a question.
Sure.
I would like to know what you recommend that we do in order to improve our writing.
Excellent question, Antonio. Tell me what you already do right now. Anything?
Say it again, please.
What are you doing to improve your writing at the moment? Do you write very often?
Honestly, I do not write very often, but I read. I do reading a lot.
Okay.
What I'm doing to improve is to read, because if I read, I can learn how to write. I don't know if I am right when I say this, but I feel that I learn when I read, and then I can write about what I read.
Okay, then I would agree with you 100%, Antonio. However, it's quite important that when you're reading something, there's several things that you can do depending on what you want to get out of it. So, if you're just reading for pleasure in another language, that's really good because it's just helping you familiarize with the language. But if you're reading to specifically increase your writing ability, then what I suggest you do really is to read a bit more consciously. By that, what I mean is when you're reading, think about how the writer is writing things. And if you come across a phrase and you think, that's a phrase I could use, excuse me, just take a note about how the writer writes it, because often what happens is that you have a bias coming from your language. And when it comes to write something yourself, it comes through. And if you pay attention to somebody else's writing, a native speaker, and you pay attention to how they write, that can help you a lot. But you do need to do that consciously, because just reading something what probably won't help that much. You have to read and go, oh yeah, or make a note of what you find, and that will help you, I'm sure. The other thing to do is to practice, but the problem with that is that you do need to get it corrected, otherwise you're not really making any progress and you don't find out your mistakes. So if you can get regular writing practice in with somebody correcting it, that is one of the best things to do. The nature of language learning is really all about practice.
Okay. So when you say consciously, you mean that we should try to read some parts of the reading carefully. And when you say to practice, I think that you say that we have to write about what we read in order to remember what we are writing or what we are reading.
Yeah, exactly. One way that I used to practice my writing is to actually write my diary in the other language. So just at the end of every day. It doesn't even have to be like what you did today. You can write whatever you like. Just write a bit in the other language and refresh yourself. If there was a phrase you came across today and you're reading that you like, try and use it. Try and say something about it. If it's your private journal, no one's going to read it, but it's just really good to get the action going into practice a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for
that. Okay, I'm just reading, so we'll post the rest of the writing into the chat box, no problem. Any other questions before we go? No?
Nope.
All right, guys. Well, it was a great class, and well done for sharing your writing abilities and your wonderful imaginations. I hope I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to keep on going with your writing practice, because all of your writing was great today, guys. Don't forget, the more that you can write in these classes, the better it is, because you just get more feedback. So well done. Take care. I hope to see you all again soon, and have a great evening.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.